I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order at 5:11. Our first order of business is the election of a board chair. We'll need a nomination, a second, and then a vote.
I'd like to nominate Brad Kloppenstein.
I will second it.
Okay. Do we have any other nominations? Hearing none. Everybody in favor of Brad being the board chairman, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Brad, come sit by me.
All right.
Yeah, probably. I understand. I've been told I'm a little intimidating sometimes, so I get it.
I didn't know this required a change of seating.
Oh, yeah, you got to sit by me. You get to be in charge. Get out of all this so we can see the meeting. Where'd it go? As we're doing this without even being on air. Okay. So our next order of business is the election of the vice chair. We'll need a motion, a second, and then a vote.
Okay. You want to do the motion? Or are you interested in vice chair?
Do that, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I would like to make a motion to elect vice chair Rock Schaffer.
I second that.
Is there any other nominations? Hearing none, we'll vote. Verbal. All those in favor of Rob as a vice chair?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes 3-0. Now you can take over the meeting.
All right. Here we go. Board should have a copy of the minutes from July 31st, 2023. Was that the last meeting?
It was.
All right. Robert, we are going to rely on you since you were present for that. Does that look good?
It looks good.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. I'm so sorry.
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. All right. Moving on. Do we have any unfinished business that needs to come before this board?
No, sir.
All right. Moving on along, approval of the 2024 meeting dates. Those are proposed for the remainder of this year, July 29th, 2024, and October 28th, 2024. Can I have a motion to accept those dates?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the dates as presented.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Very good. You guys are good at this. I like it. We also have in our packet a proposed agreement with Lockmuller Group. Hopefully I'm saying that right. This is a contract for them to do consulting work for the Stormwater Management Board. Is there anybody here from Lockmuller who would like to speak on this, or Zach? Okay.
Thank you, members of the board. Zachary Brown, Chief of Staff to Mayor Whitfield. Lockmuller Group did send a representative, but she is stuck in traffic at the moment. So I believe she'll be here any minute to answer questions you have. But and Renee, you may need to help me with this, but this is an MS4 compliance contract that we enter into every year as the city. This is covered under our budget, and it's actually a pre-existing purchase order that's already been approved. So this fits in as far as the budget. We have to do this for the state compliance of our stormwater system. I believe that is probably the gist of it. Okay, great. And if Emily, who is the Lockmuller representative, is here soon, I'm sure she can answer any questions if you do have any. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Can I get a motion to table this until the end of the meeting? And hopefully we'll hear from Lockmuller before then.
Sure, I motion that we table this until the Lockmuir representative can make it here.
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Motion carried. Oh, I'm an aye also. All right. You're welcome. Also in your packets, we have our budget proposal for 2024.
I'm going to speak on this.
Okay, Renee, I will let you go ahead and speak on this.
So I sent you a couple emails today. The first one was this with the 2024 objectives and the budget. Copies out of the book that was presented to the council. This is just for information purposes. I wanted you to know that the council did adopt our stormwater budget back on 10/18 of 2023. I just wanted you guys to be aware of the funds that are in the budget and how they were allocated, and what projects were done last year and what projects we were proposing for 2024. Because we do have a new administration, they want to look at the projects that are proposed and make decisions on what they feel is the best move for the city. And so Lockmuir is going to be helping me with that too, and figuring out what all the projects are and what the priorities for the city should be moving forward. And we plan on bringing that to you at the July 29th meeting, or maybe before if we need to have a special meeting. So we'll have a little more information on projects for 2024, 25, 26, what our plans are after we get a more in-depth look with the Lockmuir group that we have another contract with. Okay?
I do have a quick question in regards to getting that report on July 29th.
Yes, ma'am.
May I ask this, what's the practice? Do you send that information out a week out, a day out? Just because I'd like to have the opportunity to review it.
Yes, ma'am. Typically, the agenda goes out the Monday before the meeting.
Okay,
So these meetings are always on Mondays, so you would get them the Monday prior.
okay.
Typically. This was a little different this time because of the lateness of the board and the special meeting time and all that. So in the future, the goal is to have everything to you at least a week prior.
Okay.
That way, if you have questions, we can talk about it and get those resolved, answered before we have a public meeting.
Okay.
Okay?
Now, question, do we have to approve anything before our next meeting?
No.
Budget-wise? Okay.
No. The budget is controlled and approved by the council. This was just for information purposes for you guys, so that we're transparent and you know what the budget is. This budget is brought to us from the stormwater fees that are collected by Indianapolis. We're still paying to them, it's about it goes up every year. We have to pay them for sending the bills and doing all the paperwork and all that. And then we still have some debt that before we took over the stormwater entity into Lawrence and started receiving the funds for projects that were bonded.
Okay.
So we send that to them annually. Well, they deduct it out of what they send to us. So this is just for your information, just so you kind of know where we're at budget-wise, where we ended in 23 and where we kind of stand right now today.
So, just for historical purposes, we withdrew from the Marion County Stormwater District in 2022?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So this will be our third year. We collected 2022, no, I'm sorry, it was 2020, late 2020.
Okay.
We collected 21, we collected 22 and 23, and now we've got a distribution already for spring, and we'll get another distribution in fall.
Okay. And just for those in the audience, the numbers that we're looking at, proposed budget for this year is $2,250,000, with expenses of personal services, $155,003, other services and charges, $1,662,800, debt service, $383,000, and capital, $60,000, for total expenses of $2,260,803. So that gives us a balance, projected balance at the end of the year, so that's a negative $10,803 net revenue. Our beginning cash balance at this beginning of this year is $2,699,238. That should leave us with an ending balance of $2,688,435.
Yes.
Okay. So we will go now. Is there any more discussion on the budget before we move on?
No, looks straightforward to me. Thank you.
Okay.
One last question, I apologize. If someone from the citizen's point of view, they can find this online on a dashboard or?
They can send in a public records request, and that information will be forwarded to them.
Thank you.
And the budget information, all this is available online. It's under the 2024 proposed budget documents. I copied it right out of the book that's online.
Perfect, thank you.
All right. Well, we're still waiting on Lockmuller to
I
arrive.
just heard the door open, so I'm hoping that's her.
Okay.
No?
You can go.
It's Zach. He's playing games.
Okay. We can move on to comments of the administration. Mayor Whitfield, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Well, I want to say thank you, each and every one of you, for stepping up and being on this board. As you can see, there's going to be some projects coming forth and some information for us to be compliant, and so I appreciate your willingness to step up. So thank you so much for being here this evening and the future meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. And thank you very much for accommodating my schedule. I know this was not the originally scheduled date, but unfortunately I was out of town.
We appreciate you serving.
Zach?
Hi there. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know we are still waiting on our representative from Lockmuller, but I did want to implore the board to possibly vote on this potentially in her absence, because this is a quarterly board that meets. We we are on a
Between
deadline.
Zach and I, we could probably answer any
I
questions
think
you all
so,
have.
yeah, but we are on a deadline to get it passed so that we can do the work to remain in compliance with the state.
Okay, yeah, we will vote on it tonight.
Okay, great.
I'm mostly just coming up with filler.
Right, exactly. Hey, as a radio host, I'm sure you've been around that a little
Exactly.
bit. So, yeah, hopefully she walks through the door in the next minute or so, but saving that, like I said, please do consider the passage of that tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Zach. I see we do have several members of the public that are here. We can go ahead and take citizen comments right now, if there's anyone that has anything that they would like to say. Seeing none, you're not helping me fill time.
We do have another meeting at 5:30.
Okay, so well
we
then,
have to
all right,
wrap.
now we're really under the gun.
Sorry.
So, all right, so let's go back to the agreement with Lockmuller. Does the board have any questions that they would like to have answered before we vote on this?
Is this the same scope of work that the prior
Yes, sir.
contractor had? Okay.
It is.
So this is just a new vendor providing
Yes, sir.
services? Okay.
Yes, sir. It was Resolution Group last year. They're just, this is the same scope of work, same price, same everything across the board as what we did with Resolution Group last year.
Okay,
Just a change of vendor.
So,
great.
and just for the public that's here, could you give us 1 minute's worth of what this contract entails?
I would love it if Renee could do that, actually. She is the expert in the room, but yes.
Okay, so this is for them to help us with our MS4 requirements. The MS4 requirements are dictated by IDEM, the Indiana Department of Environmental Management. We are designated as an MS4, which means that we can review our own stormwater plans and approve them without them having to apply to IDEM. They grant us authority to do that. This also, they are going to help us with our annual reports that were actually due on April 1st. IDEM was gracious enough to give us till July 1st, so I need their help in gathering all the data and putting it in the proper format that IDEM requires. There's some illicit discharge detection and elimination, IDDE plan, that we have to meet requirements on that. We get to put on our waders and go wading in the creeks and test water and see if there's any contaminants in it. And we have to report that to IDEM. That's for this. All of those requirements that IDEM puts down on the city is what Lockmuller will be helping us with.
Very good, thank you. Given that, do I have a motion from the board? Oh,
Very quickly,
Oh, I'm
Sure.
sorry.
good evening, Board. I'm Amber Finley, Corporation Counsel for the City of Lawrence. Just to let you know on the record that this has been reviewed by the legal department. So you'll see that on the signature page where I'll sign off to the legality of the agreement.
thank you.
Thank you.
So with that, do we have a motion?
I'll have a motion to approve the agreement with Lockmuir as stated in this document to provide the MS4 services for the city of Lawrence.
All right, is there a second?
I second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll go to the vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None. Motion passes. We have now run out of things on our agenda, so I'm now looking for the appropriate ending motion.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.